Hi, everyone. This is our presentation on cultural bullying. My name is Amy Quantrell.
I'm James Dawson.
And I'm John Martin. In this presentation, we'll be going over race, ethnicity, and immigration in regards to bullying. And then we're going to provide some tips for teachers to use within their classrooms and their schools. According to the U.S. Department of Education, 1 in 5 school children are bullied. And while bullying is a major issue and has a very large scope, we're going to narrow in on race, ethnicity, and immigration alone.
All right, so why do people bully others based on cultural differences? Well, according to German Sparks, at an early age, children begin to absorb certain attitudes or prejudices from those around them, such as parents, extended family members, peers in their group, and the media. These learned prejudices can develop implicit biases. Implicit biases are typically under the radar of our consciousness, but they can manifest themselves in various ways, such as stereotyping others based on the color of their skin or the religion they practice. The definition of racial and ethnic bullying is unwanted, aggressive, typically repeated behavior based on an individual's skin color, ethnic grouping, or cultural and religious background. Additionally, minority students within the specific school communities are more likely to be bullied, especially concerning their race or ethnicity. Researchers found that satisfaction at school was related to bullying victimization specifically for Black and Hispanic students. That is, if these students were being bullied, they were less likely to feel positively about their school. Interestingly, though, they did not find a significant correlation for white students. This begs us to consider race and ethnicity as a contributing factor to bullying. To the right, you'll see a pie chart from the U.S. Department of Education. While this is a fairly recent breakdown in 2016 of students who are bullied based on race and ethnicity, other reports actually claim that Asians are now the largest group of school children that face bullying based on race.
While students may experience bullying due to their race or ethnicity, according to Maynard et al., 2016, immigrant youth appear to be at a greater risk of bullying even when compared to their native-born peers of the same ethnic group. Through their study of 5th through 10th grade students in the United States, they found a significant increase in bullying of non-Hispanic white and non-Hispanic black students due to their immigration status. However, the same study did not find a significant difference between immigrants and native-born Hispanic or Asian students. What this seems to show is that Hispanic and Asian students, regardless of immigrant status, are perceived as part of the outgroup, while immigration status acts as a way to other white and black students in the United States. Maynard et al.'s study also found correlations between bullying and poor mental and physical health outcomes for these immigrant youths. Students who were bullied were at greater risk of being overweight, lonely, having an overall dissatisfaction with life, and facing body image issues. Furthermore, they were also more likely to use illicit substances than their peers. Immigrant students already face the struggle of adapting to a new culture, a new way of life, and possibly a new language. Unfortunately, bullying adds to these struggles, making their lives that much more difficult. Of course, it doesn't help that immigration is an often divisive subject of discourse in today's society. We have a president who said,
"When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems. And they're bringing those problems with us."
Now imagine that you're a young Mexican immigrant and your president just gave a speech declaring that you're not equal to native-born Americans and that you and your family are the cause of the problems in this country. This is the sort of vitriol that immigrant students have to deal with in their everyday lives, but it goes beyond just affecting their mental health. It can and does encourage bullying. For example, in January of 2018, a high school student in Florida made a post on the popular website Reddit in which he bragged about reporting one of his classmates to the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement, more commonly known as ICE. In the post, he included a selfie of himself smiling and wearing a Make America Great Again hat with the title, "My Face When I Report an Illegal Who Goes to My School to ICE." Regardless of which side you fall on in the immigration debate, the law is clear that while in this country, legal or not, immigrant students have the right to an equal public education. However, many people, as Samway and McKinnon, 1999, discuss in their article, believe the myths that school districts are not obliged to enroll illegal immigrants, and that they should ask for proof of citizenship when enrolling said students. What they do not know, however, is that the law establishes that undocumented immigrant children must be provided an equal public education and that schools are not allowed to ask for verification of their legal status. These were both decided upon by the Supreme Court during their case Plyler v. Doe. The ruling was based on the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution. What these myths show is that there is a current of unease surrounding immigration in our country, and legal or not, immigrant students who are educated in such an environment are going to face difficulties that their native-born peers will not.
Here are some tips for teachers to use within their classrooms and schools. First of all, just be very observant of your students, whether this is behavioral changes or just seeing different cultures and all within your classroom. Do a little research. Go to the library, do a quick Google search just to get to know the backgrounds of your students further and maybe implement some of those within your instruction. Create and participate in programs at your school to raise awareness of this different cultural bullying that takes place. Keep the line of communication open. Reach out to students, coworkers, and parents to provide and receive support. It is a two-way street. Survey your students to pinpoint key issues that are raised in your school. When appropriate, use social emotional learning techniques such as class meetings, conflict resolutions for problem solving, and providing a nurturing classroom environment.
Teachers should also be informed on the ways to reduce prejudice in their classroom and school, as this can lessen the chance of bullying based on race, ethnicity, and immigration status. In their research on prejudice formation, Kushner, McClelland, and Safford listed some key strategies to reduce prejudice. First, teachers can improve group interaction by allowing time for students to get to know each other and assigning tasks with superordinate goals where everyone is working towards something together. Teachers should also increase cognitive sophistication by assigning tasks that develop students' critical thinking skills. This will help students determine the reasoning behind certain attitudes or prejudices. Next, studies show that the more confident one is about who they are, the less likely they are to be prejudiced. If teachers can design activities that increase their students' self-confidence, bullying may decrease. Finally, teachers must engage their students' emotions in order to help them see life from another's perspective. Empathy nurtures feelings of mutual respect in the classroom and encourages students to not only tolerate but celebrate diversity. Thank you so much, and on these next few slides, you'll see our references and our images.